new Australian Grand Prix layout really deliver better racing? In short, yes. In long, also yes. The Australian Grand Prix has never been known to deliver a stunning race due to its very difficult to pass nature. There has still only been one on-track pass for the lead in over 30 years when pit stops weren't a factor. However, going into this year, the Melbourne track was given a complete makeover. 7 of the 16 corners were changed in some way, all for the sake of better racing, which in my opinion was a solid success. Big shout out to Catching Is One Thing on Reddit, who has posted all the statistical data for overtakes over the last 3 races. There are some really interesting bits of information you can see at first glance from this. Firstly, simple comparisons to years gone by in terms of number of overtakes. It's worth mentioning that only actual on-track overtakes are counted, not drivers going wide or off the track or being passed in the pits. Pure, beautiful overtakes. In 2019, we had 12. 2018 had 5, and 2017 had 2. 2 overtakes! That'd make Monaco proud with that kind of number. And now, to announce how many overtakes we saw during the 2022 race, despite me seeing a pretty big number of people on Twitter complaining it was a dull race. But then again, it's F1 Twitter. What do you expect? There were a grand total of 34 overtakes, in which we saw 20 on the broadcast. Yes, we didn't get an overtake for the lead, I know, but the midfield delivered with constant action. The combination of the new 2022 cars being able to follow better and the faster, more flowing nature of the track meant that there was a big increase in overtakes. How much did losing the 4th DRS zone impact the racing? I would say pretty significantly. Not that we would have necessarily had more moves carried out into turns 9 and 10, which is the sketchiest corner for overtaking. Just ask Carlos Sainz on that one. But it would have allowed drivers to be much closer coming out of the fast left-right to then use another dose of DRS into turn 11, which was a much heavier braking, tighter angled corner than ever before. Perfect for a dive bomb. If we compare the number of overtakes to the last 2 races, it's funny how a battle for the lead can completely change people's opinions on a race, mine included. Bahrain was of course a fantastic race, and the numbers prove it, with 77 on-track overtakes during the first round of the season. A solid banger of an opening race. The second race in Saudi also had Max and Charles fighting for the win, but it had 1 less overtake than Australia with 33. Now, I'm not in the slightest suggesting that a certain amount of overtakes means that it has to be considered a great race. I'm more using these stats to maybe suggest to some that Australia had a pretty decent race considering what we've seen in the past. We've been so spoilt during the 2021 season with a titanic battle for the championship that it feels as though there's an expectation to always have a fight for the lead during every race. This is where the midfield come in with their dogged determination to fight for every last point available. Overall, I would say it's certainly been a step in the right direction for the Australian Grand Prix. I appreciate as a fan the work they put in to attempt to make the race more exciting. After seeing the race on Sunday, I can say that I don't think 4 DRS zones would have been too much. In fact, it may have well been just right. Of course, they removed it due to safety reasons, not because they thought it would be too easy to overtake. There you have it, a look into how much better racing the Melbourne circuit produced. What did you think? Did you think the racing was better than what we've seen before? Let us know in the comment section below.